Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I'm Scott, and today we're doing something special. Sifting through your awesome comments of about probably for the last month. You all had a lot to say, and I can't wait to dive into it. I'll highlight some of the comments that caught my eye, no matter what they are. Let's jump in. So this first comment came from Fozzie. Why does this happen? Is it a security thing if scooter not started for a duration of time? You say dead battery, but never show battery charge. So I assume key fob battery. Does the ADV start after you do the code input? Now, Fozzie's talking about the key fob emergency start video that I have for the little key fob. Did you actually have a dead motorcycle battery? No. Okay, so I get a lot of questions on this. So the key fob video that I did a while back is in case you get a dead battery in your fob, not your motorbike battery. Now, if your battery's dead, you're out of luck. You're not going to be able to start that bike. But if your key fob battery is dead, they take those little 2032 wafer batteries, CR 2032s. I keep one in my wallet at all times before I go out and ride. I carry my wallet on me. I keep one in my wallet, and I always have a battery, and I always have fresh batteries and make sure they work. But you just never know when it's going to happen. If you park your bike and it's kind of cold outside, yeah, if your battery's dead, you're shot. You need to get a new battery or call somebody to pick you up. But no, so the key fob thing is critical. I never personally had a problem with it yet. I know I complain a lot about the key fob, but honestly, maybe one time I got a little sketchy with it where it wouldn't start right away, but I've never had to use the emergency key process. Never once. I don't know if any of you have, but if you have, let me know in the comments if you did or not and how it went because it is a little tricky. But anyway, Fozzie, yeah, that was talking about the key fob battery. Carry one, carry two on you at all times. And, if I always keep my key fob in the house away from my bike. I never leave it in my bike like the fob or anything because I don't want that battery to drain. I don't know if it's true or not, but I keep my battery inside the house, well away from my bike, in a controlled climate. And that way, I've had these batteries last for seasons and they don't even affect it. So, okay, here's a cool one from Kevin Zins 154. Just bought a 2025 ADV 160 and I absolutely love it. I'm 52 and live in the suburbs of New Orleans. New Orleans. And it's a perfect commuter bike for me. Yes, Kevin, I agree. Yes, it's a great commuter bike if you don't have a lot of highway commuting. Like if you can take all back roads and you're in no hurry and you don't have crazy traffic around you, yeah, it's the perfect commuter bike. Another factor though, excuse me, could be weather. See, I'm a big baby when it comes to riding in cold weather. I do not like it. Anything I would say below 50 degrees, maybe 55, I'm not going to enjoy riding. I don't care what kind of gear I have on. I just don't like it. I don't like the cold. So, you folks that live in the west or down south and you have warm climate all year round, lucky dogs, lucky dogs. But yeah, I live in Ohio, southwest Ohio. And right now it's about 17 degrees outside in December. And so I'm not going to get any relief for riding weather until probably spring. So I do stuff like this. I don't have a choice. But anyway, yeah, cool. Kevin, I'm glad you bought the 160 and you're around the same age as me. I think I got you a few notches, but that's okay. But yeah, thanks. Thanks for checking in the my channel and leaving a comment. But you enjoy it, and you're right by Mardi Gras, that I guess. So it'd be probably pretty cool to ride that ADV 160 down the strip, right? I don't know if you do that, but that would be cool. So here's another comment from Jackal61. Let's see. That jerking sensation is called a rev limiter. The software is programmed to go only so fast to prevent engine damage. Fair enough. Yeah, I always wondered about that. When I get to, I think, 67 miles per hour on the highway, I'll feel this, jerking sensation. So I was always under the impression, well, maybe that's just from the belt and the pulley system with the CVT transmission that just can't go any faster. But apparently, I'm hearing, and that's not the first time I heard it, that it's a rev limiter, which is it's a electronic or a software type process that prevents the engine from going any faster for so you don't ruin it. Now, if I'm sure because it's digital or it's electronic, there's hacks around that. You could probably get a mod, they call it, I would think, and it's probably already out there where you can bypass that rev limiter. But here's the key. Do you want to damage your engine? Is it worth the extra 5 miles an hour or even 10 miles an hour if you're going to rev that engine too high to ruin it? Yeah, I wouldn't take that chance personally, but that's just me. If I want to go fast, I'll buy a different bike. This bike was bought for a purpose. Here's another one. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on because of the glare of the screen, but in the video. Strifu 808, probably my favorite freaking daily. I like that. Thanks for the comment, but yeah, that's you guys, I tell you all the time, no matter what kind of bike you ride, you get on a little automatic like this that's so light and nimble. Even it's 150cc, it's got really a surprisingly amount of torque and quickness off the start, and it'll keep climbing. Now, you're not going to be on a sport bike where you're going to win a road race, but I tell you what, it'll keep up with any amount of traffic up to 40, 50 miles an hour. Then it starts kind of creeping slower, but you'll get there. I mean, again, I had it up to 67, and I never felt one time on any road that I was lacking power, except on a highway when I'm at max speed, of course. But I don't take it on highways. But anyway, my favorite freaking daily. You got it, buddy. And like I said, I'm gonna read not every comment, but I read the comments that stick out because I think some of them are kind of funny. Some of them are like, okay. So one of them was Gasocaster. Okay, I'm not picking on you, pal, but the question you posed isn't your subject. I wouldn't trust the information. Okay, well, the information is in the eye of the beholder. So if you don't like the information, then you're probably not resonating with it somehow. But this video is what I was talking about, why Americans don't buy these type of bikes. What's the number one reason? Remember that video that where Americans don't buy these motorbikes? And I just simply explained in the video, and I don't know why it's not about the subject, because I exactly explained it in many different ways that yeah, it's just because Americans, these bikes are not practical. They're not. People in America would rather drive big, fancy SUVs or vehicles because commuting is longer. You got the weather elements of the four seasons in most of the country, unless you live down south or out west. So these bikes just simply are not as practical as other modes of transportation. So I don't understand why that's not part of the subject, but it is what it is. So maybe you didn't pick it up or whatever. I don't know. I'm not here to cause arguments or argue with you guys, but I just found that that interesting because I put a lot of work in this stuff. I really do. It's very time consuming, and yeah, I'm not perfect, but there's a lot of reasons people in America don't buy these bikes. But the number one reason, and I said it in the video, is they're just not practical for most people. Most people. Okay, that's it. So moving on. And since we're on the negative vibe, let's talk about this one. G-Perv. Nice name, G-Perv. Get rid of the awful music. Guilty. I know. This video was pros and cons. This was a couple-year-old video. Man, I was still learning. Give me some slack. Yeah, the music on these videos, you got to be very careful with music. If you're a creator, if you're making your own channel out there, drop the music, okay? It's not going to work. The only time I use music now is maybe closing out a video and it's very low volume and it's subtle and it's not obnoxious. But if you're playing music through a video, like through the duration of the video, ooh, that sucks. People hate that because music is very subjective. Everybody has their own taste in music, and you're not going to please everybody. So what you might love, another person probably hates. So you got to keep that in mind when you're creating videos. And I was so geared on putting music in my videos for some odd reason that is by far my most single number one complaint is the awful music. And I'm sorry. So I've learned my lesson there. Thank you. Okay, so this is a newer subscriber. It looks like Douglas Boyd. Thanks, Douglas. Man, you're rocking it. You're leaving a lot of comments. I appreciate that. I think you're fairly new to my channels and videos, so that's cool. He said, I drive a Honda Shadow and I'm tired of switching gears. I'm 61 years old. Haha, I'm younger. No. but I'm 6 foot tall. So I was worried I would be too tall. Right. Six. Yeah. And because the ADV 150, 160 has a floorboard, I sometimes worry that taller people might not be able to stretch their legs out as far. I'm about 5'8", and I have a 30-inch inseam, 30-inch, 31. So I can put my legs out. Actually, even flat on the floorboard is perfectly comfortable for me. But see, that seat, right? It's got that hump in the seat. So very tall people don't like that hump sometimes because they can't sit further back. So they either have to sit on the higher part of the seat, which kind of sucks, makes you feel weird. You're on an island, or you just get a different seat, remove the foam. You can remove the foam in the seat and make it flat, but I don't have a problem with it because it fits me fine. But I would say 6 foot. It's all about your inseam, really, not so much the overall tallness. It's how long your legs are. So some people have a very short torso. But yeah, 6 foot I wouldn't think would be a problem. I've had people I think 6'4", I think some, and they're riding it. So, it's all about comfort. That's why I always suggest before you buy this bike, any bike, sit on it, get a feel for it, stretch your legs out, stimulate riding if you can't ride it. Then you'll know. But yeah, thanks, Douglas. Okay, I'm not going to do this all day, but I'm going to read another one. Now, this is like, reminds me of myself because I write long comments when I write people on their pages. So bear with me. But this is a little bit lengthy comment, but it's pretty cool. This is from ZZ. Thank you, ZZ. I took my 150 ADV out to Manayunk, right outside of Philadelphia. Never heard of it. There are some crazy hills and beautiful winding roads. I bet. I thought to myself, there is no way this little 150cc is going to make it up these hills. Boy, was I wrong. This thing really impressed me. I just never slowed down. Not having this shift was incredible. Just throttle and go. Yep. Couldn't stop smiling. It has 600 miles now, and it's beginning to show its true colors, meaning engine break-in. So that adds a little quickness and throttle response. And the tires Honda chose to put on this machine stick to the road really well, and the tread pattern is perfect. Yes, you nailed it, buddy, because I agree. First time I took this bike on a group ride, probably about 17 bikes, I think. I have a video on that years ago. It was the Cincinnati Motorcycle Club or something. They had this Memorial Day ride, and I found it on Meetup. So I went out there, and they had every bike from Harleys to BMWs to I think even maybe a sport bike. And I'm like, I pull up in this little 150 scooter, and I'm like, I felt very insecure first, but that's just me. And I'm like, I hope these guys don't like try to lose me or something. And nobody's like that. They were all cool, and I get on these windy roads, and I remember one time there was this big hill that kind of went up this curve, and it was pretty good incline. And only one time did I notice some bikes pulling ahead of me, but it wasn't like dramatic. It was just that's the only time I felt a little bit under powered, but really the whole ride it was fine. And even in that case, nobody was on my tail trying to make me go faster. Everybody was keeping probably a good 50 to 100-yard distance between each bike because we're on windy, long roads, and it was just enjoyable. Yeah, but no, you're right. It's really surprising how much torque that they put in these little CVT transmissions. I'm blown away. I mean, I would never have thought that this thing would go up these hills as easy as it does. So, ZZ, I'm right there with you, but I'm glad you enjoy it. Again, don't know where Manayunk is, but sounds neat. And yeah, that's cool. So, anyway, guys, your voice does matter to me. It's been a little while since I posted a video because of the weather, but I think I'll do this every month to kind of capture some of these videos. I want this channel to be kind of like a community thing. You guys can subscribe to each other. I'll leave a pinned comment below and subscribe to each other. We're obviously here for a reason, and we all enjoy two wheels, whatever they are. It doesn't matter about the bike. It's the experience, right? So subscribe to one another. I met some really cool people that I still talk to almost every day just from through my channel. And it's been a really cool experience. So if you got a question, leave me a comment. You'll always get an answer from me unless it's some blatant hateful comment, then I'll just blow you off. But you know me. If you look at every video and you look at all the comments, I answer. And there's a lot of creators that never bothered to do that. I don't understand why. I mean, they're not that huge, but yeah, I think it's out of respect and graciousness. If somebody asks me a personal question about the bike or something else, I'm going to answer you. I mean, I just feel that I'm putting out these videos and people are going to have questions. It's my responsibility to freaking answer them, right? I mean, I can't believe the creators that just never bother to do that, yet their channel keeps growing and growing. Whatever. It's not about growth to me. I mean, yes, I want my channel to grow, obviously, but to me it's about the respect of the viewers, and I appreciate every single comment. So you guys make this enjoyable. You guys motivate me to keep doing this. It's not easy. It's hard. It's time consuming. And when I get a negative comment, people don't understand how much time and effort I put into this, and they don't even care. So I just ignore those comments or remove them sometimes, but not too many. Most of the people, you guys are great. You leave great comments, and man, I just appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. So if your comment wasn't featured, don't worry. Keep posting your comments. I'll get to them. But yeah, some of these comments just stick out, and I think sometimes I'm just laughing out loud at them. It's a lot of fun. But maybe next month I'll catch one that catches my eyes from you. So yeah, just keep posting them, and we'll get there. So I hope this was different, and I hope you liked it. But thanks for the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.